Oh, hi. Welcome back to Weekly Retro Stuff, where we bring you a brief highlight of cool things going on in the retro communities across the internet. New episodes come out on Fridays. My name is Stuff is Stuff, and this is episode 43. I'm still having a fun time. In fact, I'm always trying to have a fun time. It's just what we do around here. So let's keep having a fun time and jump into the news. Last week we covered a new skip that was found by Kungfusedmike in a game called Black Tiger. For those who aren't familiar with Black Tiger, it's a side-scrolling action game released by Capcom in the 80s. Since finding the skip, Mike has been putting in some work, and on July 5th, that hard work has paid off. Finishing the run with an insane boss fight in a time of 9 minutes and 19 seconds. That beat the previous world record by 22 seconds. And this run had 2 deaths in it, so Mike is planning to continue to push this time down. He speculates the time could be 40 to 50 seconds faster, which would put the run in the mid-8 range. Black Tiger is truly a hidden gem, so if you like difficult platformers, you for sure should check this game out. And by looking at it, it might even take place in the same universe as Ghouls and Ghosts. I don't actually know, and maybe somebody has that information, because just look at some of the enemies, the way the ladders and everything, I don't know. Has a lot of similarities. Our friend Wellzish has been putting some serious grind time into Haunted Halloween 86 on the NES. This game is a homebrew created by Retrotainment. That's the same development group as Full Quiet, that really crazy NES game we covered. The game is set in a town called Possum Hollow. You play as 2 kids, Donnie and Tammy, who have to fight to save their town from a curse. You can switch between the characters on the fly, and they have a bunch of different combat options. Wellzish has been consistently lowering their time, and on July 4th, 2023, they got another huge PB. They finished with a time of 17 minutes and 42 seconds, which puts them less than 1 second away from taking the world record. They've been on some really good paces, and they could snag the world record any day now, so be sure to go follow them over on Twitch. Not to mention, I'm sure I've said this many times, but Wellzish has the coolest stream on Twitch. Like, the interactivity is amazing. The ads is a weird word. The fun stuff that he has created and curated for that stream is not to be missed. Trust me, you will love it. Plus, he's just an awesome human. Welcome back to our newest segment, How to Speedrun, where we break down speedrunning and demystify its difficulty to help new runners get their first PB. Step 2 is learning the basics. Now that you've chosen your game, it's time to learn the basics. There are multiple approaches for this, and it's important to find what's best for you. But for now, you'll want to familiarize yourself with the basic controls, mechanics, glitches, and exploits that might be available. When I first learn a game, I like to beat it casually at least once. This helps me start to get a feel for how the game expects to function at a casual level. During this process, I'm becoming familiar with how the movement feels and what advantages and disadvantages things like attacks or other things might have. Once I'm comfortable enough to know I can just beat the game, I then dive into watching speedruns and picking up movement optimizations. Movement is arguably the most important thing in any speedrun. Tricks will save you seconds, while movement can save you minutes. After watching some speedruns, then I'll go find out if there's any tutorials. Many times community members will make tutorials to help get new people into the runs. Some runners will start with a tutorial and break down the levels one by one and learn, like, I'll learn stage 1, I'll learn stage 2. And there's really no right or wrong way. It's really finding what works best for you. Next week, I'll go over emulators versus original hardware, save state practice, and setting goal times. Hopefully, this is going to get some new people into speedrunning. A developer named Vince Weaver has been pushing the limits of the Atari 2600. For the past year or so, they've been working on creating a port of the PC game Myst, with the goal of remaking enough of the game to be able to complete a speedrun on this Demake version. So their focus has only been on the portions of the game required to do so. They have a many frequently asked questions section on their site, which answers the most important questions. This is a passion project, and they're leveraging their knowledge gained while developing for the Apple II. Check out this short demo they've created. The game is currently playable, but it's not quite complete yet. You can check it out via the link in the description. I used to play a ton of Myst growing up on both PC and Sega Saturn. I love that projects like this exist. I remember sitting and you're supposed to look for notes in the game so you know the codes for things. I would just sit and guess number by number. Probably not the most efficient way, but I didn't really have access to looking up things on the internet back then either. The Retro SummerSlam event is heating up. This event started on June 3rd, 2023 and features 5 amazing NES games and 19 incredible runners. The way it works is each week, the runners compete in a race in the designated game. Points are decided by the fastest times from the weekend races. First place gets 3 points, second gets 2, and third gets 1.5. There are also bonus points awarded for being the knockout winner and for completing a race on both Saturday and Sunday. Week 1 was a Chip and Dale race and finished with Tecate in the lead at 3 points for the fastest time of 9:51 and Zaylen snagging the KO bonus. Week 2 had everybody throwing down in Super Mario Bros. 2 and ended with Robert taking first place with a 9:26 and taking the KO bonus. Week 3 was Power Blade and Raz came out on top with the fastest time of 19:07 and Christine got the KO bonus. Week 4 was Ninja Gaiden 2 with PJ getting the fastest time of 10:24 and Edo87 stealing the KO bonus. Week 5 races began on July 1st and will be concluded on July 9th at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and the game being raced is Batman. The event will finish on July 15th, where there will be a marathon race taking place. The runners will race through all 5 games and determine who the champion is for this season. And all of these races can be caught live on Razul's Twitch channel, and he also does a special live stream on YouTube on Thursdays, so go check it out. Mega Man has always been one of my favorite games. Not just one of my favorite games, but one of my favorite series. I just love that cute little blue bomber. If you're watching this and you don't know about Mega Man, there's a high likelihood you clicked on the wrong video and stuck around. So thanks for being here. A streamer and runner who goes by xJRigsx recently started running the game, and they've already made some incredible progress. After only 17 attempts, they got a solid time of 24 minutes and 32 seconds in the any percent zipless category. The any percent zipless category means beating the game as quickly as possible without using any of the zip glitches that allow players to bypass large portions of the level by exploiting the game's physics engine. An example of this is the Iceman zip. From the position shown in the video, shoot a small magnet beam platform so the top of the platform is touching the bottom of your score. Jump on this platform and shoot a long platform to the right. Jump on that platform and press left, and you will zip across the screen. Once at the end, hold right and jump. Keep right and jump held, and mash the shoot button to create a platform you can jump on while transitioning screens. Jump to the right, and you'll skip the annoying puzzle block section. I put a link to the video showing multiple glitches and zips in Mega Man, and the video is made by Hakuro Tengu Speedruns on YouTube if you want to watch more. And that's the time we have for you this week. There's some other really cool things that went down both this week and last week that I couldn't fit in the video, so I'm going to sit down, try to find some time, and make some YouTube shorts to get more exposure to a lot of these really awesome streamers and runners. The one thing you can't get back is your time. So thank you so much for spending your time with me, but also take some time for yourself. Sit, just exist. Feel what it's like to be you. You're the only person that gets to wake up and be you. You're the only one that knows what it feels like to be you. And that's special. Let's try our best to spread as much love and positivity as we possibly can without compromising ourselves as humans. My name is Stuff is Stuff, and this has been episode 43 of Weekly Retro Stuff.